Hey guys, I'm Peter with Falcon Ridge Leather, and today we're diving into farmers markets as a leather crafter and are they worth it? I just wrapped up another farmers market and I want to share my experience, how I prepare for them, and if I really think they're actually worth the effort.
Falcon Ridge Leather.
This past weekend, I set up my booth at the local farmers market, and it's our favorite market to attend. I've done quite a few different markets over the years, and each one has its own unique vibes. Some are great for leather crafters, but some just not so much. Here's how this one went. Off to another market.
Off to another market.
What I love about this market is it's right down the street from our house. The organizers are our friends, and we always see lots of familiar faces. Plus, it's actually our most profitable market. The vendor fee is low, and the crowd is full of people who appreciate handmade goods. That's not always the case at other markets. We've tried some high-end markets where the booth fees are well over $300 for a 10 by 10 space, and even more if you need power. Those events might have tons of foot traffic, but that doesn't always translate into sales. I'd often see vendors who sell mass-produced, boutique-style clothing and accessories for dirt cheap, and they would sell out, while handmade businesses like mine struggle to break even. It's frustrating, but it's part of the learning process. But back to Manville. It was a beautiful day with perfect weather and a solid turnout. We saw several return customers and lots of new faces as well. One thing that I've realized is I've outgrown my current setup with the two tables, so I need to redesign my display for the next time to better show off my growing inventory. If you have any good suggestions, comment below. Markets are a serious commitment. Between making inventory, setting up, tearing down, and spending the entire day selling, there's a lot that goes into them. The week leading up to a market is always stressful for me. I constantly wonder if I have enough stock, and I always end up spending the last day frantically making more of the cheaper items. Through trial and error, I've learned that the success of markets depends on a few key things. First, and unfortunately this one's out of your control, but you need the right crowd. If people aren't looking for handmade leather goods, it's an uphill battle. Some markets attract bargain hunters who don't go there expecting to spend $200 on a bag. That's why I always make sure to have smaller items in the $10 to $20 range, like earrings, coasters, bracelets, and notebooks. These items always sell well. But when I do sell a bag, it turns a good market into a great one. This past weekend I sold 4, which is the most I've ever sold at a single market yet. Beyond immediate sales, markets are also good for long-term benefits. Some days at the markets are better for exposure than anything else, and that's not a bad thing. I always hand out a ton of business cards, and more than once I've left the market feeling like I hadn't sold enough, only to get a big order online later from someone who grabbed a business card. So, are markets worth it? The short answer is sometimes. If you're a maker thinking about selling at markets, here's what I've learned. Pick a local, consistent market. If it's a 2-hour drive, you won't want to do it every month. I choose one that's close to home, and I show up regularly. That consistency pays off over time, so don't get discouraged if your first market isn't a home run. Big ticket items aren't an impulse buy. People might need to see your work a few times before making a purchase. Being at the same market month after month gives them time to think about it and come back ready to buy. But along those lines, you have to keep your inventory fresh. Unlike a hot sauce vendor who can sell the same bottle of hot sauce to the same customer every month, I can't rely on repeat customers to keep buying the same bag twice. So I have to keep diversifying my products. If I keep showing up with the same 5 items, I'll start seeing diminishing returns almost immediately. Decide ahead of time if you're there to just make money or to enjoy the experience as well. It's really easy to turn around and spend all your earnings at the other booths. I've been pretty guilty of that, like the hot sauce. You must have a card reader. Hardly anyone carries cash anymore, so you're immediately alienating 90% of your potential customers if you don't have a card reader. At the very least, you have to have Venmo or PayPal set up. I run my store through Shopify, so I use their card reader. It's a simple, seamless tap or insert card reader. You can carry it around with you anywhere you go. But be cautious with cash. Counterfeit bills do circulate. Get a counterfeit detection pin off of Amazon and check anything that's over $20 that looks sketchy. Better safe than sorry. Markets are always a fun learning experience, but in my opinion, unless you just really enjoy doing them and being out there and talking to people, it's not really a viable way to scale a small business into a thriving company. So let me know in the comments. Have you ever sold at a market, and was it worth it to you? And what kind of leather goods would you like to see in my shop? If you're enjoying these vlogs, it'd really mean a lot if you'd hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and if I'm lucky, I'll see you in the next one.
Falcon Ridge Leather.
This past weekend, I set up my booth at a local farmer. That consistency paid up.